All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. G Funky Boxing here. And look, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit that notification bell. Today, we're going to be starting something different here on the channel. And I don't know, really want to call it different or not. It's still boxing, obviously. But what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be talking about the Thompson promotion card. It's called New Blood, which is going to be live tonight on Thompson Boxing's channel here on YouTube. If you guys aren't subscribed to them, the link to the show is going to be in the description down below. So make sure that you go over there. You click the link now. They're not going to be live right now. I believe they'll be live at 7. I want to say 7:50 p.m. Pacific time. That's pretty late if you're on the East Coast. But look, it's a Friday night, so if you get done doing what you got to do when you're at home and you got nothing else to do, wait, why not tune in to Thompson Boxing, man? They always put on good cards. I'm always watching. I'm always there in the chat, along with a lot of other guys who you see me do work with. So make sure that you guys check them out tonight. Let me double check for you though. Make sure that I got everything right here. And now it says it's going to start at 8:20 p.m. Okay, so 8:20 p.m. will be the start time for the Thompson boxing card. I know that there's been some fighters that have pulled out of the fight. I know in the main event, a fighter who was supposed to fight George El Yuyu Acosta is not fighting him tonight. He's fighting somebody named Enrique Bernache from Mexico. And what's going on, Jesus? This is all the fights. Yes, the fights are on YouTube. What's going on, Aaron? Appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. So what I want to do is this, man. I got some footage here that I'm going to show. I'm going to break down some film on the two guys who are going to be, again, the main event, George Acosta, El Yuyu, and Manuel Flores. I think they call him Gucci Flores, if I'm not mistaken. So, see, why doesn't Golden Boy go? They used to come here a lot, man, when they first started. Back when Don Chargan was the main guy here in Sacramento promoting fights. They don't do it that much here, but Thompson Boxing will be here November 5th. But first, I want to talk about Manny Flores, who I think is a fantastic young fighter. He's let me get his record for you guys real quickly. His record is 13-0 with 10 KOs. He is 24 years old, 5'7", and he's a southpaw. So he's a pressure fighter, power puncher, and he's a southpaw. So he's going to give a lot of guys trouble. Tonight he's taking on somebody named Armando Torres from Mexico as well. And look, he's a journeyman. He's got one of those records that's like, an upside down record. So I expect Flores to win this fight. But what I'm going to do right now for you guys is I'm going to show some footage here of his fight against Jonathan Rodriguez, who he fought in 2020 in the bubble in ESPN in their bubble back in 2020. Now that was a pretty interesting fight. Now both guys at the time that the fight took place were undefeated. They were both 8-0. So it was their toughest challenge for both of them. And the one thing that I noticed right out of the gate with Flores is that, again, southpaw, but man, he is very aggressive and he likes to put pressure on. Doesn't mind exchanging with guys. He's all action, man. He is all action. And I think I think he's gonna really make some noise here, man. In the division that he fights in. Now, again, he's just starting out and he's a super bantamweight, so he's a 122 pounder. So they've been moving him up slowly. But against Jonathan Rodriguez, who was a boxer, counterpuncher who liked to stay on the outside, he did get some good shots in. I'm not going to lie. And this is not a knock against Jonathan Rodriguez. He's been on I think 3 of his last 4 fights he's won. The one fight he didn't win was a draw. So he's been on a nice little run since he lost to Flores. And like I said, he did do a good job of counterpunching and catching Flores with some good shots. But the problem is, Flores put a lot of good pressure, worked behind that right jab. And, I think I could be wrong. I don't know the kid personally, But being that he fights out of the southpaw stance, to me, he looks like he is naturally a righty and not a lefty because he does some really good work with that right hand, which you're going to see in some of these clips here. But the one thing that I also noticed with him is that he's very well poised and under control. He you know, he has a good poker face, I guess you could say, when he's in there. Even when he was when Rodriguez was getting the best of some of the exchanges, or he was able to counterpunch Flores, you didn't really see a change in his demeanor and his face. He just kept pushing forward, kept coming in. And once he was able to slow Rodriguez's legs down by constantly putting the pressure, constantly throwing punches and forcing exchanges, you really seen him sit down and rip shots. And I mean, he gets very good leverage on his punches. That's one thing I want you guys to keep in mind when I play this video here. I want you to look at the way that he's got his feet planted, and he drives shots. I mean, he's really good, man, with getting leverage behind his punches. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'll let you guys check it out here. And but I think he's a fantastic young fighter. And I'm excited to see what they do with him from here on out. So here's some clips, guys. Doesn't waste any time here as he applies pressure immediately to the boxer counterpuncher Rodriguez. We see him open up the guard here to get a reaction, and as soon as he sees what he wants, pops him with a nice power jab right on the money. Just a few moments later, Flores again applying pressure, trying to force exchanges. We see him shoot straight left hand to the body. Now he comes back up, shoots the right jab to the body, and he wants to force an exchange here. So we see Rodriguez open up with a straight right hand of his own, but he pays the price for reaching and gets hit with a nice right hook. We're going to see Flores get on the inside and do some good work. We see him shooting hooks around the high guard defense, and like I tell you guys, there's always holes in that high guard, so he's finding them. There's a nice beautiful short left hook that lands right on the chin, and another right hook that goes right around the guard. Beautiful short punches on the inside. Here we're going to see a check right hook from Flores as Rodriguez reaches with a straight right hand and hits him cleanly on the chin. Here's going to be an exchange where both guys are going to throw some shots. Rodriguez again with the straight right hand to the body and tries to throw a left hook but gets countered with the check right. One more time, Rodriguez reaches with a straight right hand and runs into another check right hook. Here we're going to see the pressure in round 3 is already starting to get to Rodriguez as Flores now hits him with a right hook to the body and then brings that same right hook up top, and these shots hurt him, and we could see here moments later that he's going to get in the middle of an exchange again and get clipped with a big left uppercut. That hurts him, followed by another right hook, which puts him on the canvas here in round 3, and the pressure has already gotten to Rodriguez. Here we're going to see Flores close the distance here with the throwaway jabs and get those hands up nice and high so they could shoot straight left hand to the body, and you could see that that one hurt Rodriguez. Here we're going to see the end of the fight. Flores is going to land a nicely timed little short right hand that lands right on the temple of Rodriguez, and that one hurt him pretty badly. And Flores is going to jump on him here, land another right, followed by a left, and then we're going to see him close the show with some beautiful shots again around the guard. Here comes the left hook that lands cleanly, and Rodriguez is badly hurt here, guys. Eats a right uppercut right here as well, trying to hold on, and he just has nothing left. Eats another right hook, and you can see him, the legs are gone, and the referee here has no choice but to stop the fight. Now, in my opinion, guys, that was a really good performance uh, by Manuel Flores, man. I thought that was really good. And like I said, he applied a lot of good pressure, did a good job of cutting the ring. And again, if you guys notice, you see how he really gets good leverage on his punches, and they're nice and short, man. Especially that little sequence on the inside where he was going ripping around the guard, like beautiful stuff, man. Let's see. The El Rocker says, "What happened to Pedro Moreno?" Look, I don't know, man. I know he was a one of the best fighters out of the, I think it was the Caballero boxing gym, or I can't remember the name of the gym, but he was one of their best fighters. I actually went to the Thompson card back in 2019 where he was the main event. He won that fight. But yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to follow up and see what's up with Pedro, man. But Look, as far as Manny Flores goes, I do expect him to win tonight. Again, this is a journeyman that he's fighting, so I do expect him to win. But I just want to see how he does it, you know. And from here on, I want to see where he goes from there because he's on a nice. This is going to be 14-0 for him now. There's a possibility he could fight someone like a Saul Sanchez, who fought on the main event of a Thompson card a few months back against Eros Correa. There's a good chance of that, and that would be a fantastic fight because both guys like to stand in the pocket and both guys like to come forward. I think that would be a really good fight. Or if he wins tonight spectacularly, and Eros is going to be the headliner here in the Sacramento card, you know, if he wins, they could possibly lock horns. We'll see, man. But I think Flores should win tonight now. So as far as the main event goes, and look, I hope to God this is still the main event. Because again, like I said, I seen that George Acosta El Yuyu, he was supposed to fight Jose Angulo out of Ecuador, who had just fought. He's fought guys like Pork Chop Guerrero. He fought Joet's younger brother, Josette Gonzalez, in his last fight. He was scheduled to fight El Yuyu Acosta, but I seen the weigh-in yesterday, and then there's a completely different guy named Enrique Bernache who's fighting him tonight. And God, I hope that that fight is still on. I really do. I don't know much about his opponent. The only thing that I seen on his opponent was that he has fought El Vaquero Navarrete, who is well known now. He's the WBO featherweight champion, fights under Top Rank. That was 7 years ago that he fought him. I expect Yuyu, if the fight is still on, to definitely win that fight, hands down. But what I want to do is this real quickly, man, before I show you guys how I broke down George Acosta's style, is check him out, man. His channel is called El Yuyu. That's YUYU LUU. And what you'll do is let me double check for you guys. I don't want to give you guys bad information, but I believe that is the name of the channel. Let me check real quickly for you guys, though, because I want you guys to check him out. I want you to subscribe to this channel. Yes, ELYUYU LUU. Check him out. He does a lot of videos on boxing fitness, like workouts that you can work out. You can work out along with him. I do those workouts with him. He also does commentary for some of these smaller cards as well here local in California. And he shows videos behind the scenes of these local fights. He does videos on nutrition, what fighters do the week of a fight to make weight, all that type of stuff. So go check him out, guys. But for me, his style, you know, I really like his style. He's got that classical kind of traditional fight stance where he's got the, you know, the right hand back and the left hand's kind of out here to kind of, you know, keep it out there to distract the opponent, to possibly jab or probe or whatever. Almost like a just, you know, an old school Mexican kind of style, like you've seen guys like Finito Lopez, Salvador Sanchez kind of fight with that same kind of style. Even Juan Manuel Marquez, they would just, you know, stand there and put the hand out. So I think he's a really good fighter. This fight is supposed to be at lightweight. Again, I hope to God that the fight is still on. But I'm going to show you guys a quick video here on what I got on George Acosta. And let's check it out. Fights with a very classic active high guard. Here we see him stick the left hand out there to see what kind of reaction he gets from his opponent. Brings the hand right back home. Here he sees a reaction. Canalito just puts the hands up. So now there's an opportunity to split that guard with a nice power jab, as he does right here. Here we're going to see George work beautifully behind that lead hand and once again tap the guard of Canalito. Another tap right there, and now he's going to set up a nice power jab that's going to land right to the body. Then goes around to his right and then shoots a straight right hand, which is the money punch against the southpaw. Great offense from George. Here George is going to continue to have more success with that tactic. Again, he taps the guard, shoots the power jab right over the hand, and as long as Canalito is tapping his hand with him, he's going to find a way to get an opening. You see him here continuing to tap that lead hand, and splits the guard again with another jab. Now the hands go up and he shoots a right hand right around the high guard. Brilliant stuff. More lead hand offense here, but this time it starts with a lead right hand, which is good against a southpaw. You see again, lead right hand, he shells up, left hook to the body underneath that guard, and then shoots a left hook that's going to land perfectly right on the chin, right there. Beautiful offense. Later in the round, George goes back to using the lead hand to open up Canalito. Now you see him again tap again, and now he's going to shoot straight right hand that lands right on the body, and this shot badly hurts him. As you can see here, he holds on. George does a great job of fighting him off, lands a beautiful left uppercut, and doesn't forget to go right back downstairs to the body, shoots another straight right hand that lands, and Canalito has no choice but to take a knee here. And his beautiful offense all started with the lead hand and going to the body by George. Defensively, the issues here for George were backing straight up with his hands down. Here we're going to see Canalito attack with a straight left hand that lands to the body, follows up with a nice right hook. Because George is going back with the hands down, he gets clipped with it. Here again, Canalito pushing forward, attacking, and we see George backing straight up. Now again, when you back straight up, you can get hit with a lot of shots, but also you run out of real estate. As we see here, now he's trapped against the ropes and eats some shots here from Canalito. George makes a nice adjustment here. Instead of taking several steps back, he takes one step, as you can see right there, plants that back foot, and then shoots his counter while Canalito's attacking, and lands a nice straight right hand, then pivots to the outside. Great adjustment there from George, and good way to avoid attacks as well. All right, so in this fight, he did get the decision. And look, I know there might be some people who actually seen that card and they're like, well, G-Funk, why'd you leave out the part where he got hurt? Now, the reason why I left it out is because he got hurt in the middle of an exchange with Canalito. So, I mean, look, that could happen with anybody. He didn't really make a mistake there. He was just, he landed some good shots. He felt like he had him hurt, so he tried to jump on him and he got hit with something. But I did show some of the defensive flaws that I think he has in that video. So it's not like I'm just trying to be biased here or anything like that. But tonight, I do, again, fully expect him to get the job done. Jesus M says, who is Eros Correa fighting? I don't know. They haven't announced his opponent yet, but they did announce that he will be headlining the card here in Sacramento for Thompson, as well as Kane Sandoval, who is a local fighter, will be fighting that night as well. Hey, what's going on, Thomas Jones? How you doing, man? Appreciate you being here. So yeah, I expect these guys to win tonight. And look, I'm doing these videos now because, again, I want to start covering more of the smaller events. Thompson has done a good job of building some pretty good fighters out there. Some of you guys might recognize names as Ruben Villa, who was an Olympian who fights out of Salinas, California. Also, Danny Roman, who just recently retired, but he was a really good fighter. All these guys, they started under the Thompson boxing promotion. So Thompson does a really good job of building their fighters. And again, guys, the link to their channel is in the description box. So you could check it right now underneath this video. The link there to their live show tonight at 8:20 p.m. Pacific time is there. Check them out tonight, guys. I'll be there in the chat watching along with everybody else. So yeah, it's time to give these guys that put in the work, that put in the groundwork for the sport of boxing, some love. And that's what I'm doing here. As my friend Joseph Haran says at War Week Radio, the local shows, they're the backbone of this business. And I agree with them 100%. And I'm going to do my part to start covering more of my fighters here in my city and also in surrounding areas as well. So that's it for this one, guys. I didn't think this one was going to be that long. Like I said, I just want to show you some footage on the main event fighter and the co-feature fighter as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, there's a possibility I might go live tonight after the Thompson card. We'll see how it goes. But I really want you guys, if you come across this, I want you guys to join me there tonight. I'll be there live in the chat. And the cool thing about it, you got Beto Duran, who's there, who calls the fights. Also Doug Fisher, who was over at Ring Magazine. They're going to be the two guys that are calling the fights, and they do a good job of interacting with the YouTube chat. You know, they will talk in between rounds with the fans that are there in the chat. Jesus M says, "Is that a no? No, it's tonight, I believe." The November fight. Yes, that is a Saturday night. Yes, it is tonight. Though they will be live. Let's see. Good looking out. The backbone is. Yes, it is, man. If we want to keep this sport alive, these are the type of promotions and things that we have to support as hardcore fans, right? We don't have to worry about the PBC or the Zone, Golden Boy, right? Matchroom, all those big names. Look, Top Rank, all those guys, look, they got plenty of support, okay? But these guys need the support as well on their way up. So I want to thank you guys for joining me here. I appreciate it. Again, don't forget, hit that link down there in the description tonight for the New Blood Thompson boxing card, which will be tonight at 8:20 p.m. Pacific. This is G Funky Boxing. I'll check you guys out later. I'm out.